everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 12th race in season number 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Daytona International Speedway for the Valvoline 400, a 24-lap race here today. And an interesting story. Bandicam was a little laggy, so I restarted my computer. When I came back, it had reset NR 2003. Now, I didn't have to, re-download any of the mods or anything, but the whole game itself is kind of reset. So, what I had to do, I had to go in, turn off the racing line. I had to set, all my previous settings, back to where it was, where I had it before. And, I normally have it set to 110. Actually, I have it set to 108, but it actually was set down to 70 there. I had to turn off the racing line, and I had to refix the graphics and all that. They look a little fuzzy from here, but, the cars are perfectly fine. I really don't know. But anyway, let's get this one started here at Daytona. You got Marshall Free starting on the pole. Alongside him, Eric Powers. You got Mitchell Millian, Jonathan Skivnicki, Will Blake, Dale Salzman, Alan Cavagnaro, Jesse Turner, Elijah Gordon, Warren Henniger, Eric Hayden, L.J. Mills, Roger Carruth, Dean Wickard, Riley White, Tristan Walker, Dejon Weeks, Nicholas Amadeo, Jacob Reed, Hergel Arvin Alonso, Cameron Gaju, Austin Spencer, Cody Hagan, Joffrey Toussaint, Aaron Walpole, Garrett Zanor, Diego Stevenson, Max Newer, Christian Nasser, Michael James, Justin Roberts, Tyler Salzman, Caleb Hoffman, Mason Powers, Cameron Garlington, Trey Bartow, Zachary Fitzwater, Matt Dalio, Darlin Kenyon, Dana Mond, Stuart Gratton, and Abe Troxel. I just spent the last few hours of my life. Well, no, I'm not going to die soon, but, the last few hours working on a research paper. Finally, done school for the season. Summer is here for me, finally. That research paper wiped me out. So I'm kind of tired, so you're going to hear more bad announcing here today. Anyway, after a lot of interesting things, let's get this race started. Hopefully everything works out fine. And Marshall Free is going to start on the pole for today's race. Okay, we're looking good. So, second time here at Daytona. This race was the 13th race in season number 1. Now it's the 12th race. We switched races with Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach is going to be the next race now. And, yeah. Here at Daytona, one of my favorite races of the year. The Daytona races and the Talladega races, they're always exciting. You never know what's going to happen, and it's always a wild card race. Anyone can win, no matter where you are in the field. 24 laps of action here today at Daytona. It's a cloudy day, but who cares? We're going to go racing here in the Valvoline 400 in Season 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Green flag for Marshall Free and Eric Powers. And we are underway here at Daytona. My bad about that. Just making sure that my mic was working. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, Marshall Free takes the advantage. Jonathan Skivnicki side by side with Eric Powers. Will Blake, our points leader, in the number 23 back in here. Marshall Free gets the advantage on the first lap. And I think someone might have had a problem. This pack is kind of split. The 5 of Elijah Gordon has trouble. And that split the pack up. So the pack is not as big as it normally is. A lot of these guys that are straggling back here will eventually catch up. But that really split the pack up. Anyway, Will Blake underneath of Jonathan Skivnicki, who took the lead from Marshall Free. Got Alan Cavagnaro here and L.J. Mills on this inside lane. Yeah, I'm sleepy. L.J. Mills won this race last season. Currently, I'm pretty sure that's his only career Napa Fan win so far. Roger Carruth, our past champion, in the number 17 on the inside lane. And in this pack, we get very fast speeds. And Elijah Gordon with a problem. He's in the pits. A couple of those guys really hurt from that. And especially these three guys back here. Stuart Gratton, Cameron Garlington, and Christian Nasser really got stuck behind the 5. These guys might be able to catch up to the pack. I think they will. So we're going to be 4 cars short once this pack all forms up. Anyway, Skivnicki using the high lane in the number 41. And they're 3 wide throughout most of the field. Once again, we always see that here at Daytona when we race. And it's always very entertaining to watch. Skivnicki on the high lane is going to lead lap number 3 of the Valvoline 400. Karoof trying to make it work on the inside lane. We'll see if he can do so. The part-time driver of Dejon Weeks is in here in the 95. Here's Joe Larvin Alonso on this inside lane, and our Daytona 500 winner from this season, Nicholas Samadio, here as well. Uh-oh, 4 wide. Oh no, and this is high in the pack as well, and when it happens high in the pack, it usually isn't good. Coming out of turn number 4. Oh my. A little bit of a delay there. Ah, they're bumping off each other. Skivnicki bumping off of them. Dejon Weeks, Will Blake in the middle of this. 4 wide still here at Daytona. They're able to go through the tri-oval without crashing. They're trying to make it. But it's not. Oh man. It's coming really close. Here, Joe Larvin Alonso is leading. They're still 4 wide. Now Roger Karoof is on the outside. Nicholas Amadio is going to try to get ahead of this, and so is Jacob Reed. Coming out of turn 4 again, 4 wide. Oh, man, they're doing it again. They miss it. And they're able to go back to 3 wide. That is professional driving. Our Daytona 500 winner led that lap. And now Jacob Reed trying to pull his way through, and Michael James with Cody Hagan and Mason Powers on this inside lane. My goodness. You just know, you just feel it. You know they're going to crash, and when they don't, you are shocked that they don't crash. See, everyone's part of the lead group except for these guys back here who got caught behind Elijah Gordon. Just making sure we don't have any 4 wide deep in the pack. Sometimes we do get it when that happens, but we're still 3 wide throughout the whole field, and they actually might. Yeah, they're going to come up right on Elijah Gordon here soon, and that might be a big problem. We saw in the in the Coca-Cola Showdown, the special event of the week here at Daytona, that lap cars can cause crashes. Cody Hagan in the middle lane, Mason Powers underneath of Hagan and Reed for the lead. And Matt Dalio, who had that tremendous crash in the Hers Elimination Series race, right behind him. Trey Bartow and Abe Troxel, who has won the past 2 races here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, on this inside lane. Mason Powers leads that lap in the number 31. And we are going a significantly long time without crashing here. That's pretty interesting, but they're doing a great job not doing so. But they're coming up on Elijah Gordon. And they might catch him this lap. He's going pretty slow in that number 5. He's trying, but not much he can really do. And if that happens, that's going to break this pack up. And, oh yeah, they're going to come right up on him. Mason Powers going to lead 2 laps in a row. But how is this 5 going to affect the pack? We'll follow with Elijah Gordon to see what happens. They're going to close up on him right here. The inside lane's going to benefit. The middle and outside lanes get held up. But it's actually possible that Elijah Gordon could just mix with this pack, and I don't think it's going to be too costly for some guys. Yeah, it seems like Elijah Gordon's gaining a lot more speed, so he's now a lap car in this pack. Mason Powers still out front in the 31. And that wasn't as bad as I thought it could be. Elijah Gordon has the speed in his car to race with these guys, even though he is a lap down now. But he's not going to be too much of a factor. He just created a little too wide up front in the pack. Trey Bartow now underneath of Mason Powers. And how about Abe Troxel trying to make it 3 in a row here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series? He's doing a great job in this number 35. You got Austin Spencer, who lost that Texas World race from Abe Troxel. Not too happy about that. He's moving his way up here in the number 22. We got Diego Stevenson, a guy who hasn't won yet this season, who won twice in season number 2, moving his way up. Here comes Spencer, trying to get underneath of Troxel for the lead. And we are going a very long time without crashing. Usually by now, we've already had the crash, and we're already restarted by now. But we haven't. And these guys might be in a good position. So, like, if that crash happens, they're back here. And, well, it's a good opportunity for them to arc a brake right into the crash. Kind of too wide throughout the first 4 or so lanes. And then it's 3 wide, starting with Hagen and Kenyon back in there. First 3 lanes, actually, are double wide. Stevenson to the lead. Here comes Walpole. And I'd be really surprised if this thing went green the whole way through. That would be unbelievable. We had 2 crashes in this race last season. But right now, looks like we only would, if we do crash, we'd only have 1 because we're going to be halfway through the race the next time we cross the line. Hoffman and Walpole, MWR teammates. Stevenson with help from Spencer on the high lane, trying to make it work up there. Doing a good job. And then number 47, but he's not going to be able to hold off Walpole. And Walpole's going to lead lap number 12, and Walpole barely leads it at halfway. The 15 of Hoffman's going to try to get underneath of his teammate for the lead. 3 wide for the lead, and now we're 3 wide in the whole pack, pretty much. So these 3 guys back here, they got held up. You know, all they need is a crash. All they need is a caution, and they're back in it. And we might get that soon. Coming at a turn 4, they're 4 wide. And there they go. Walpole around. Zachary, Fitzwater, Dana Mon involved. Troxel in the wall. All kinds of cars. Hard into the wall. And it's going to be, oh no, Hagen around, upside down. Jacob Reed upside down. And a bunch of good cars torn up. Hagen stuck on his roof in the number 48. And the big one strikes at Daytona. Marshall free. And someone else, they keep on crashing. Oh man, the guys that were back in there must have arc-braked into these guys. And that's what I said, they don't really stop. They just keep on going at full speed, and then they only brake when the car is only a couple feet in front of them. Anyway, the leader of the race right now is Darlin Kenyon in the number 1. Congratulations to him on avoiding that. Very few guys avoided this. Good to see Tristan Walker get out of that. Hasn't really had that good of a season, that number 7, but good to see him get a good run. We'll follow here with Abe Troxel. He was in the middle of this. Cody Hagen got the worst of it in the number 48. Hard to see a guy who has never won here on NapaFan go around like that. It's kind of hard. But right here, follow with Hagen. See the cars go around. He comes to the Bartow. Mason Powers. Dana Mon was involved. Roger Carruth. Aaron Walpole is the one that T-boned him, and that sent him around. Jacob Reed also went around. And then the 46, Givnicki involved. Fitzwater involved. Carruth involved. Looks like Mills was involved. Cavagnaro was involved. And then those guys that were in the back came in, and they really pushed around our pulse. Or was he our pole sitter? I think he was a pole sitter. Marshall Free in the number 98. Had to redo this like 3 times or so. We had like multiple different pole sitters. This is what happened. They actually all kind of slow down here. No, there's a little damage. Salzman there. That's the 3 of Toussaint. Eric Powers, you see Gaju, he got some damage, so did Mitchell Million. And then here come the guys. Oh, Garlington, Master, and they all get damaged. All the guys that broke away from the pack because of Elijah Gordon all arc-braked into the crash. Salzman with damage. A lot of guys with this minor damage. This really wasn't as violent as the Crown Royal Series race we had earlier with Nicholas Samadillo getting spun around 50 times. Take a look here. A lot of these guys, they just kind of pile in, you know. But anyway, the guys that really got it, Aaron Walpole, Jacob Reed, and Cody Hagan with a lot of damage on their cars. We'll see Zachary Fitzwater here in the 9. He's going to get spun around as well. Dana Mon in the number 40. It's so hard to catch a car, the car that you want. Dana Mon in the number 40 almost won the Daytona 500 here earlier this year. This is what happened to him. He kind of got clipped by Fitzwater, and it comes back up and hard into Cody Hagan. And then he got a hit from Roger Carruth. That's Eric Hyden that went around. And everyone from there has pretty much made it through. I think guys like Sidnor, Henniger made it through. Looks like Turner made it through. Looks like Dejon Weeks is good. Here, Joe Larvin Alonso with damage. I think Max Newerf is okay. And a lot of guys torn up. And that's what happens. The big one always happens out of turn number 4 when they're going 4 wide. That's when it closes in, and it always doesn't work. Most of the time it doesn't work. That didn't make sense. I don't know if that was a double negative or what, but anyway, let's go for the restart here in the Valvoline 400. Matt Dalio is up here. Okay, we're back for the restart. I screwed it up. I over-accelerated, but just a little bit. Nothing major. Darlin Kenyon, Diego Stevenson, Caleb Hoffman, Austin Spencer, and Matt Dalio is the top 5. And they're going to be past the line. So here we go. We're back green here in the Valvoline 400. That's actually the first time I've done it since I've been back here on YouTube. I did it a lot back in the day, but I've been a lot better at it. But the acceleration button is not the best way to fast forward through the race. But anyway, we didn't miss too much. And this pack is going to close back in. It's going to be a lot smaller this time than it was before. It's usually what happens. We have the big pack, half of them crash, and we get a smaller pack for the win. Diego Stevenson for the lead. Underneath it, Darlin Kenyon. And here comes Austin Spencer. Spencer really wants a cup win. I know he does. He's one of those guys that's been in every single cup race and yet to get a win. Very few, actually, have been in every cup race and yet to get a cup win. Spencer has, I'm pretty sure, 4 career wins. He won the Coca-Cola Showdown yesterday, so he definitely knows how to get it done. Tristan Walker in the 7. Good to see him up here. Really has had a very struggling season, and that number 7. And right now, he's going for the lead underneath of Austin Spencer. And they seem to be racing a lot crazier now than they used to. And they're going to go 4 wide again. Riley White, are they going to be able to make it? Usually in the smaller packs, they do. But they're still going to go 4 wide anyway. Walker leads it, and Stevenson's around and hard into the wall go a bunch of cars. The race to the line. We haven't seen this often. Tyler Salzman, Riley White still part of this. Garrett Senor, this is for the win. Walker has got to hold off these guys in the draft. Salzman and White, who's going to be at the line? Can they catch Tristan Walker in the number 7? Oh, man, it's going to be close. They're going to go double wide. But do they have the momentum to get to Walker? No, they don't. I don't think they do. And they don't. Tristan Walker gets to the line first. And I don't think we're going to be able to get back to green. Man, you guys went half of the race without crashing. And then we get to the next restart. We crash on the 2nd lap. Actually, it might have been the 3rd lap. But Tristan Walker. And what a way to turn his season around. With this win, he will make the chase. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to get back to green. But it's possible we could. But I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, we'll follow here and see what happened on this crash. Let's see. I know guys like Roberts was involved here in this one in the number 6. Of course, it happened lap 19. Well, coming off of lap 19. Right here, it's Salzman and White. They're going double wide. But I know guys like Will Blake really got it here. We'll see. Riley White almost got involved. Kind of pushed Stevenson around. And Stevenson was a totally different thing. And honestly, this really wasn't that big. But I did see Max Newer. Okay, a lot of those guys actually got away with it, but not this guy. I think this is where a lot... Actually... Oh, no. He hit the wall. This is really why the caution came out. Oh, man. He hit that wall hard. And I think right when he hit that wall, the caution came out. You're going to see it right... Yeah. The caution would not have come out, I don't think, if it weren't for Max Newer going off track like that. Right there. Right there, the caution is out. Tristan Walker, I almost thought that the guys, Riley White and Tyler Selzman could draft and get by him. They had to race on the apron to avoid that thing. And Tristan Walker was able to pull away. And I think they might have crashed again. Yeah. Dejon Weeks is... Oh, he got flattered. Flattered. That made no sense. Yeah, that was Nicholas Samadillo that crashed into Dejon Weeks here at the end. Let's see what happened to Dejon Weeks. Looks like... Oh, yeah. Newworth was... Oh, he was spinning back on the racetrack. Oh, that was bad. Newworth got the worst of that one, and Dejon Weeks got a hard hit from Nicholas Samadillo. Oh, Elijah Gordon also hit him hard. Zachary Fitzwater as well. Oh, my. Now, I kind of hate that we have to end the race under caution. Look at this. Oh, man. Dejon Weeks got up on his wheels. Tough for the part-time driver there. Oh, man. And anyway, the race back to the line. Tristan Walker in the number 7 was able to hold off Riley White and Tyler Selzman for the win in the Valvoline 400. His first career win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but it is still possible, but I don't think we're going to get back to green. But this way, the lights might have to go on lap 23. We'll see. I'm not going to pause the recording. I'm going to see if we can make it. We're on lap 21 now. Now we're on lap 22. Oh, Warren Henniger with a problem, man. The lights would have to go out this time if we were to have a one-lap dash, and if they don't, Tristan Walker will win, and he will win the race. We will not get back to racing, and Tristan Walker in the number 7 will take home the victory in the Valvoline 400 here at Daytona. And hopefully I don't mess up the acceleration button this time. We should be... Yep, we're a little better now. The final lap. We'll get to it here. And coming in at turn number 4, Tristan Walker officially wins the Valvoline 400 here at Daytona. He is in the chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in that number 7. A good run. A surprise winner, in my opinion. He really hasn't had that good of a season at all. And make sure I got the finish right. Okay. But a good job by Tristan Walker. And that's the thing I like about Daytona. I expected guys like Spencer, to be up there. Will Blake, he still got a good finish, I think. Will Blake did. Will Blake's just dominating that Rookie of the Year battle. But Tristan Walker gets that bonus point in the Rookie of the Year battle. And even though he doesn't have too many points over there, still did as best as he could here at Daytona. But he is in the chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And congratulations to him on that win. Tyler Selzman, Riley White, Garrett Sonor, and Darlin Kenny in the top 5. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. A lot of those guys crashed in that big crash we had halfway through the race. And only about half of the guys were able to finish here at Daytona. But anyway, Tristan Walker would end up in victory lane when this race was all said and done. So congratulations to Walker on winning. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching, everybody.